Mama, I gotta read this book and 6 other books tonight, or else I can't play football.
Foosball? You playing the foosball behind my back?
The only reason I'm doing it is so I can go to school.
School? You going to school?
I'm sorry, Mama. I wanted to tell you.
You off gallivant with your fancy foosball friends at school while I'm sitting here all day with nobody to keep me company except Steve? You gonna lose all your fancy foosball games and you're gonna fail your big exam because school is
the devil? Everything is the devil to you, Mama! Well, I like school, and I like football, and I'm gonna keep doing them both because they make me feel good. And by the way, Mama, alligators are ornery because they're medulla oblongata. And I like Vicky, and she likes me back. And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Well, hello and welcome to the Rhythm Section, a Memphis music podcast where we celebrate the soul of Memphis and North Mississippi. Music produced by SRP Studios, podcasting, srpstudiosllc.com.
Catch new episodes every Wednesday morning on Apple and Spotify, and don't miss our video releases at 6 p.m. Central on YouTube and Facebook. For more information, visit therhythmsectionpod.com.
If you enjoy the show and find it in your heart to support it, you can easily donate to our tip bucket through Venmo and Cash App. The links are in our episode and social media descriptions, or you can search the Rhythm Section Pod on either app. And now join us for our new TRS Sunday Replay series. Each Sunday, we return your favorite interviews in the order they were originally published.
This week's replay is Danny Day. You can catch upcoming replays with Tony Meharry on August 4th, Jeff Cobble on August 11th, and Rocco Waltz and Mike Bertaldo from Fever Tree on August the 18th, all on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.
The second appearance of Fever Tree.
Yeah.
Tim Dills was the first. Now we had Rocco and Mike in.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, as you can imagine. Take the chance to revisit the highlights and hear from our amazing past guests. Again, every Sunday on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.
Alrighty.
As I do, I am Derek, your host today, and with me is the joy to my almond, Mr. Jeffrey Ward.
Love
What's up, buddy?
it. Love it, man. How are you?
Good, man. See, I put those on a little Post-it note each time.
Cool.
So I remember. Welcome to the show, everyone. We have a great one today. We have Taylor Morris and Jason Luckett for 5 for the Kill.
Yeah.
They have a big show coming up on the 5th that we're going to talk about at Growlers. Next week, we have Frankie Hawley and the Noise.
Yeah.
So that was another fun one. And I'm going to take an opportunity to add a new feature, Jeff.
Cool.
We've added Sunday Replay and made a big script about it. Mm-hmm. This is not going to be a huge thing, but I thought it'd be fun to give our audience a portal
Yeah.
to us.
Okay.
So they can ask questions,
All right.
give comments,
All right.
talk shit.
Yeah.
And it's our email.
We do have a few shit talkers in the Memphis music scene.
Plenty.
Yeah.
So what we would love to do is give you our email address.
All right.
This email address will be in all our descriptions moving forward.
Right.
It is the Rhythm Section Pod 2022 at gmail.com.
Nice.
Send us some questions,
Yeah.
and we will read them and
Right.
answer them for you. If you want to remain anonymous, let us know. We won't mention your name. If you don't, then we're going to scream your name from the mountaintop. So this is going to be a quick mention in this spot of the show moving forward.
Right.
Check it out, the Rhythm Section Pod 2022 at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
All right, Jeff, we finally get to talk about a weekend that we had 3 weeks ago.
It's been a minute.
So the last 2 intros were jam-packed.
It's been so long, I might not remember shit about it.
So last weekend, we dedicated the intro to the recapping the Pete Mandillo celebration of life. Week prior, we had Under the Radar in for our intro as we were promoting their show at Neil's, which we're recording this on Monday the 29th. They just had it.
Yeah.
I was out of town. You were out of town.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we weren't there, everybody. But that was what caused that busy intro. The week prior, but prior to that, me and Jeff did go out. Yeah, it's time. It's time.
Befriar.
Befriar.
That's before and prior. Smashed
on
together.
Friday. No. So I went out on a Friday to Lucky Dog.
Yeah.
And then the two of us went to, and your wife and some friends went to Nashoba the following night.
Right.
So Lucky Dog, you had played there before. So, and you were out of town anyway.
Yeah.
So I took the opportunity to go to Lucky Dog on that night. And it was great. You know, I sat up. I took your advice, and I sat up on the second level so you can look right down on the stage, similar to Lafayette's.
Right.
I'm going to show a picture right here where my view was.
Cool.
The band was 30 Minute Ego. First time seeing them. And wonderful. They were great.
Cool.
I enjoyed their set list. Much like Gen X, a lot of 90s.
I was just looking at their the stuff they're covering, and it sounds a lot like what we do.
Weezer, Foo Fighters, Collective Soul, Incubus, Three Doors Down, Jim Blossoms.
Nice.
I hung for one set, so I'm not going to pretend that I know their whole list.
Sure.
But what I did notice was they played some of the similar bands that you guys do, but they were different songs.
Cool.
So you guys would be a great fit, I think, for like a double billing.
Need
you
to
know,
do that. Yeah.
Great vocals. Really enjoyed them. The food was great. If you like seafood,
And I do.
Lucky Dog is your place.
Cool.
I don't like seafood,
Yeah.
so I had to choose something else. But I would say 75% of the menu is seafood based. So check it out. Beautiful area too. It's my first time really going into the Silo Square area.
Yeah.
Nice stage. Just a great venue.
Yeah, they've got their own PA. Great stage. Plenty of room.
Awesome patio out there.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yep.
So it's nice to see, as we'll talk about with Nashoba, man, more stages are coming up, more opportunities for bands.
For sure.
We love that. So shout out to 30 Minute Ego.
Yeah.
Check them out, y'all. They were great. And then we went out to this new place in Collierville.
Yep.
Nashoba.
Yeah.
I learned about this place through Sean Few when he was giving me some new band dates.
I heard about it because I knew that formerly known as had played there.
Yep.
And so we decided to go check it out. We met with Steve Taylor, who is now going to be playing guitar with Gen X.
You've made this public on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Jeff Cobble spontaneously combusted. Like all the drummers in Spinal Tap. He just blew up.
Right.
I mean,
No, just like I posted on Facebook, Jeff's just got a lot of stuff going on.
Yep.
I love Jeff. He's a great friend, and he's going to be missed. And it's not like we'll never play with that guy again. He'll have time to come do some one-off shows with us. But anyway, back to Nashoba. It was a great stage, huge LED screen behind the band for advertising and for promoting the band. And one thing that you pointed out to me is that they had QR codes on all the televisions.
yes, I'm going to throw a picture of that up right now.
Yeah, and you can tip the band via the QR code that they are showing in the venue.
So look at the video if you're watching, as you've seen now all season. You see our QR codes in the bottom left-hand corner. Clearly, me and Jeff are fans of this approach.
Absolutely.
So it was really cool of the venue to do that for the bands. And they would shuffle through. It wasn't like they were on the screens constantly.
Right.
It would rotate through, it'd cycle through, along with the band name and some pictures. So they really did a good job of promoting the band that's up on that stage. The LED screen behind the stage, I'm throwing up pictures as I talk here, is like the whole wall.
Right.
The whole, right down to the floor. And they throw up some cool just scenery stuff up there. And then the dance floor is like disco, man. It's got the colored squares to it.
Right.
So when they're dancing, it's like Saturday Night Fever over there.
Yeah.
Big crystal ball up top.
It was cool.
So it was great.
And while we were there, it was the Rice Drewry Collective.
Yep.
First time I've ever seen that band.
First time I ever heard of them.
I certainly know Rice. I'd heard of them, and I know Rice on Facebook, but I'd never made it to a show before. Killed it. Super tight band. They did, Mellencamp, REM, that style of music.
Steely Dan,
Dude,
Wildflowers, which was really cool.
They were solid as a rock.
And the mix was great. We were sitting all the way back. And when I can hear bass definition,
right,
that always makes me happy.
Sure.
Obviously, being a bass player, but the bass, let's face it, can be swallowed up.
Right.
They can be just background frequencies.
Right.
rather than hearing clear notes. So the sound in there was great.
And
food was good.
I should also mention Steve Taylor's wife, Melissa.
Yes.
If I don't mention the females that were there, I could get in serious trouble. My wife was there, and it was me, Steve, our wives, and you.
And then Derrick by himself. But food was great. And when you walk into this place, I mean, there's a higher level of approach. Like, I don't want to say class.
No, it's classy.
But it is nice. Mm-hmm. They have these round booths near the stage area that fit like 6 people.
Yep.
Place was jammed-packed. But let's face it, it's a place where you can walk into and think, man, how much is a burger going to be here?
Yeah.
It's the prices are great.
They were absolutely in line. And I will say this, too. When you walk into a place that's this busy, you're automatically thinking, it may take an hour and a half to get my food.
Yeah.
It didn't.
And we did have to wait a little, and you get to wait outside in this patio area that has this massive television. Mm-hmm. So you're watching a game. I think they had some, MMA,
right.
I believe. I can't remember what it was. But
so what we're trying to say is if you're a band, you need to try to play this place. And if you're a fan, you need to get out and check it out because it's a great place to go see live music.
Go check it out. 2 new amazing stages added to the roster out there. Good to see. So leading into that weekend, we promised that we would get out because we'd taken a couple weekends off. Yeah. But part of this show was me and Jeff going out and talking about it. But as I mentioned earlier, the last 2 weeks were jam-packed with other stuff. So I put it on the side. I left notes. I knew we were going to revisit this. So big shout-out to 30 Minute Ego and Rice Drewry Collective. Yep. You guys are awesome. Killed it. Before we go to the band sponsor, Jeff, I want to talk YouTube.
Okay.
Our YouTube channel. And it's an interesting thing that happens to a lot of channels, and that is subscribers, subscriptions. And what can happen is YouTube will feed you what you like to watch.
Sure.
So if you start watching a couple videos from a channel, they will recommend, and they'll throw you more videos from there, and they just kind of end up, they're just handed to you.
Right.
And it's easy to forget to go subscribe to that channel.
Yeah.
So I have an interesting stat, Jeff. I went to the YouTube analytics. For the last 4 weeks, 89% of our viewership are unsubscribed. So if you could, those who watch our show on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button because here's what it does. It grows the channel, which, oh, by the way, gets more views on the interviews and clips and everything, which then we talk about brightening that spotlight.
Right.
That's what it does. So if you could help us out, if we have one ask today, I know we ask a lot. We ask you to share. We're trying to get tips in our tip bucket, but a simple click of a button on that subscribe button would be amazing for us. So,
and that goes for any bands that you see in this community that have a YouTube channel. Because some of them, I know that Kevin and Bethany Page have their own YouTube channel, and subscribing to those helps the bands too. So do that for us. Do it for the bands. We appreciate it.
Speaking of bands, all right. What do you say, Jeff?
Yep.
Let's talk about these amazing bands that have gone above and beyond to help this show.
Nice.
You got Generation X grooving to the gnarly tunes that made Generation X crank up their boomboxes.
Gnarly.
Totally bodacious, man. Saturday, August 17th, Sidecar South Haven, 7 p.m. Thursday, August 22nd, everybody.
Yes.
Lafayette's, 7 p.m. I'll be there, sir. Show up.
Thank you.
Help my brother out, y'all. Friday, August 23rd, Sidecar Memphis, 7 p.m. And Friday, September 13th at Hadley's, 9 p.m. Follow Generation X on Facebook at Generation X-Music.
Yeah, Fever Tree. Get ready to rock your socks off with Fever Tree. This Memphis band serves up Southern rock, blues, and funk with a side of grit so tasty you'll need a napkin. I like it. You can check out albums Social Mediocrity and Lessons Learned on Spotify and all other digital platforms, along with the singles Muddy Jesus and Buried Alive. Both those singles absolutely kick butt. Learn more about Fever Tree at fevertreeband.com.
Area 51 will zap you with galactic grooves that make your shoes dance off your feet. Josh's guitar tone is a little mid-rangey and doesn't cut through the mix, says Baby Yoda. Friday, August 2nd, Lafayette's 9 p.m. Friday, August 16th, Hadley's at 9 p.m. Follow Area 51 on Facebook at Area 51 Memphis. It's a deep inside joke.
That is.
So there you go.
Sean Few, formerly known as is the latest sensation. Really? Delivering a dynamic fusion of rock, dance, and modern pop to light up your playlist. So snug up those jive sneakers, keep pace with Sean's Carlton, there you go, and twist till the sun comes up. Saturday, August 10th at Hadley's. 6 Feet Thunder, one of my favorites. The Memphis Supergroup with Sean Few, Scott Sudbury, Mark Holt, Josh Haynes, and Jimmy Falk. Saturday, August 17th at 10th Inning. I almost got turned around there because... Anyway, I'm a dork. Follow Sean on Facebook at Sean.few.7.
Sorry, I played the sound over the Facebook at Sean.few.7.
Yep.
Elevation Memphis is a versatile band that covers various musical genres, including country, R&B, blues, classic soul, pop, and classic rock. The band is currently working on finishing its album. To help raise funds, they have a consignment store that offers everything from home decor to the latest fashion brands. Go to elevationmemphis.com and click the shop tab at the top for all shopping. Elevation Memphis, a Tina Turner tribute experience, will return to Lafayette's Music Room on Saturday, September 7th at 5 p.m. One more time, September 7th. 5 p.m. Reserve your seats now. It's urgent. For booking, shopping, and social media, please visit elevationmemphis.com.
Get you a coffee mug warmer.
That's right. Yeah.
Those things are so cool, man.
Miss LaShawn Robinson crochets these cool coffee mug warmers. You've seen them. They're out there on Facebook. If you follow them, you've seen them. And me and Jeff have requested rhythm section
black and yellow
one. So if you're wondering about that Josh Haynes guitar tone thing, I won't get into it, but there was a comment made to Josh at a certain show
by a certain person,
and then we all laughed about it, and then Josh put out a post that by now probably has 1,000 comments on it. Go check it out. Go to Josh's page, scroll down, find the post, and enjoy the entertainment of that. So
pretty comical.
All right, as promised, today's interview is Taylor Morris and Jason Luckett from 5 for the Kill.
Yes.
Taylor is the drummer. Jason is the guitarist, one of 2 guitarists, and one of the vocalists. Of course, they're joined with Brian Hall, Brad Rials, and Zach McCullough. Go to the description. We keep telling you guys to go there. A lot of information in our descriptions, Jeff.
Yes.
You're missing out if you don't scroll down.
Absolutely.
You will see a link to the first interview episode we did with 5 for the Kill where we featured Brian and Brad.
Yeah. And this makes 4 of the members of the band now that we have interviewed. Zach McCullough is the only guy left, and Zach will be in touch.
We know. He knows.
It's got to happen.
He knows. We know. We saved the best for last.
Yeah.
That's really what happened.
That's the way it works.
So it was neat getting a little bit of origin story from Taylor and Jason's perspective. And then, of course, we talk about their influences and how they started and upbringing. But we also really need to push a show that's coming up for them.
Yep.
August 5th. At Growlers. It's the Blackstone Cherries, the Kickin Screamin Tour with Nonpoint and special guest 5 for the Kill. I mean, boom!
Absolutely.
These guys are killing it.
They are.
They're opening up for some great acts these days. And shout out to Steve Owens because I know he is a big part in this.
Yeah.
And helping these guys get going. So we talk about their writing process and, it's more of the standard stuff that we talk about. But then we break into Taylor's situation.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was brutal. I saw photographs on Facebook of that.
He had a bad accident some time ago.
Lucky to be here.
Yeah.
That's not overstating it.
And he goes through all the operations he had and everything that he went through for that. So we do go a little deep on that, but we felt, we'd give an opportunity to talk about it.
And I know I've seen a post on Facebook recently about their new music that's coming out, and I don't remember if we talked about that in their interview. Did
we talked about them working with Jimmy and working on some new stuff.
Okay,
and that broke into their writing process and how they all really have a lot of input with each other. And
so definitely keep an eye out for new music.
And even the drummer comes up with riffs.
Right. Even non-musicians.
I mean, I think Taylor is a musician now.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah, that's an ongoing inside joke.
Such a lame, old school, dumb joke. But Are we missing anything, Jeff?
Probably.
Well,
we typically do miss something somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we finally got to catch up with Lucky Dog and Nashoba.
Yep.
Please check those places out. Go to the therhythmsectionpod 2022 at gmail.com. Send us questions, comments, just anything. Any feedback.
Phone number.
Yeah, phone number.
Yeah, we'll call you during the show or something.
Hey, why not? You never know. If you get a 615 number.
Yeah. On a Sunday.
Yeah, then we're calling you to be on the show. Maybe have a quick little guest appearance. We have this ability to take phone calls here. So, remember to join us, everybody.
Yeah.
For our TRS Sunday Replay Series. I'm talking in circles. I've been in New Orleans all weekend, going back to the Waterboy sound. I figured.
But you don't drink, so there's not much of an excuse
just
here.
A long train ride there and back, but it was fun. I'm still feeling the barbecue hangover and all the different foods we ate down there, but. Yep. As we've been talking about, we bring back your favorite interviews on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify every Sunday.
And you don't have to see the shit show that is us.
This is it.
Thank you to the band sponsors, as always. We don't do this without you guys. You can catch us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook, Instagram, and all the channels at therhythmsectionpod.com. Every episode that we have recorded, which is now up to 70.
I think this is 70.
Yeah, so check them out.
Yep, 70.
It's crazy.
Wow. I mean, come on. Let's go. I can't wait till 100. We have to do something special with 100.
Absolutely.
And don't forget our tip bucket, everyone. I know, again, we ask, but we could use the help. So easily donate to us through Venmo and Cash App. The links are in our descriptions, or you can search the Rhythm Section Pod on either of those apps. And one last time, the Rhythm Section Pod 2022 at gmail.com. We want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Go see a band, everyone.
Do it.
All right, y'all. Take care and enjoy our interview with Taylo Morris and Jason Luckett from 5 for the Kill. All right, everybody, welcome to the interview portion of today's episode. I am very happy to announce that we are with Taylo Morris and Jason Luckett from 5 for the Kill, everybody. Yes. Yes. We won't tell anyone that that's the 5th time I try that intro. Welcome to the studio, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to have you. So to those watching, to the left is Jason, and on the right side is Taylor. We've already had your compadres in, Brian and Brad. Right. So this is your opportunity to talk shit about them.
Right. Right.
So they can't defend themselves. We love that part. And we still have one more person in 5 for the Kill. Right, we have Zach. We definitely want him in here as well.
He's an interview all by himself.
That's right. There we go. He plays the most instruments, right? So.
Oh yes, he's a phenom.
We already heard sort of the origin story from Brad and Brian, but now we can hear it again from y'all's perspective.
Yeah,
and how it felt.
You guys told us the minute you came in the door they did the shit all wrong.
Well, he had his bell rung real bad, so I wouldn't blame him if he didn't remember everything exactly right. I don't know what happened to Brad, but he got the order off a little bit.
Well, we'll remind everyone of that 10 more times today.
There was no alcohol involved in that interview either. So Brad, I don't know what to tell you.
I think we had a show the night before at that one too, though, didn't we? Did we not?
They may have come in a little tired.
Yeah. Well, I'm reaching for something here.
Trying to help Brad out.
Yeah. So for context to those that may have not seen that, which I'll have the link to that in the description to that previous episode. But Brian Hall is the bass player, and Brad Rials is the lead guitar player and vocals. And then, yes, we got Jason and Taylor. And then Zach McCullough is the keyboard player, guitar player that we will get in here.
Extraordinary.
Yes. So, it takes 3 episodes to get this band in.
Yeah.
My goodness. But, well, very cool. Glad to have you. Where are y'all coming in from? What part of town are you driving in from?
Actually, we're both in Tate County. We both live out in Tate County. He's actually in Senatobia, and I'm a little further out.
Okay. Thanks for making the trip up.
Yep,
Appreciate that. Do you come to Hernando often?
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, we work, me and Brad. He used to work with us, but we used to work at a air conditioning company.
That's right.
Down the road.
That's right. Yeah, that came up. Yep.
We're around Hernando a lot.
That's what brought most all of us together.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew Zach before. I've been involved with Zach before we all got together with this project we're doing now. But we worked all together, all these guys. Do we want to get the order right now? Do we want to try to get this history?
Man, you talk away, Jason.
Absolutely.
You do your thing. So, yeah, go for it.
Well, I mean, like I said, me and Brad and Taylor all worked together, and Brian, his contracting business, the heat and air company that we were working with, did his heat and air work for him. And so that's how we crossed paths with him. But that was on down the line. Brad and I started hanging out a little bit and playing, and talking about songs that we had written. A lot of the songs we're doing are songs that he's written because it's more along the style that everybody's cool with, because I've got a little more hick country.
I couldn't tell.
In my way. So
We thought you were from up north. So.
But I think Zach's probably the only other one that's got quite as much country roots as I do.
Okay.
He's got a little bit of country in him, but these other guys are more rockers than, and so my originals didn't. But we started talking and messing around, and wrote a couple of songs together, and we talked with Zach for a minute, and then we was like, I don't know, man. I mean, it was just kind of wishy-washy for a little while, and then Taylor wanted to come in and play some drums with us, and I was like, okay. I mean, we're just trying to write some songs. We're not really trying to do anything, but okay. But it came in, and it started sounding like something, and I was like, well, maybe we should holler at that Brian guy that, I heard he played bass with some guys back in the day, so he's probably legit. Let's give him a holler and see if he wants to come jam with us. And so he came in, number 4.
Yeah.
And then
You're doing great, Jason.
Hey, man,
Doing awesome.
I've got all this in my head. It's crazy. You would not want to be in here. But Brian came in, and I could tell as soon as he started jamming he was enjoying it. So I was like, okay, we got him. And then I asked all the guys once we got kind of gelled together, us 4. I was like, all right, Zach, you'd heard of Zach before. You'd seen him play before. But I was like, look, Zach is bad. He can do anything. He can fill in so much, man. And so we brought him on in, and there you go. From there,
and the same 5.
Yep.
And that was like several years ago, right? 4 years ago.
Once we finally got everybody together, and it was the end of 2020, wasn't it?
Jason, you came in here ready to give us the exact details.
Well,
See how this shit works?
It was either the end of 2020. We first got a gig. Wasn't until the first part of last year.
It was like 2020.
The beginning of 2020.
Then COVID happened, and we didn't do any.
Yeah, we were just getting
anything.
We were just getting our stuff together at that point. So,
good amount of time to just sit back and write and rehearse.
It's been 4 years, I guess, close to it, that all of us have been together.
Taylor, where are you from?
Senatobia.
Also
down the road.
Okay.
So, yep.
Are you from Tate County as well, Jason?
I am not. I grew up in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Okay.
I traveled around with Uncle Sam for a little bit, and then came
Well, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you.
Where do you mind? What were you?
I was Army.
Army?
I was airborne medic.
God love you.
Yeah. Fun job.
I'm sure. Yeah. Speaking of playing, you mentioned just like last year you did your first show, and that's what made you guys remarkable, and what we wanted to bring you guys in for, along with Brian and Brad earlier, is how fast it seems like you guys came on the scene.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's behind the scenes build up and work, and then Mr. Steve Owens, a good friend of ours, latched onto you all, and man, he's got you guys busy. And since Brian and Brad's episode, I just really quick went on your Facebook page, and you've opened for Blackstone Cherry and Nonpoint, Growlers.
About to.
Oh, that's well. But maybe by the time this publishes, that will be timeline
Probably
correct
so.
here.
Great Scott!
You guys played with Every Mother's Nightmare at a benefit for Danny Bubba Britt.
very nice band.
Yeah, they're great. You've done Horseshoe Casino, Lafayette's Battle of the Bands, all kinds of fun stuff since then. So
Shout out to Skinny Powers for beating us.
is that the band that got number 1? You guys got number 2?
They're actually pretty good.
They're very good.
They're starting to do some shows.
What was the name of the band?
Skinny Powers.
I love it.
Check them out.
It's not quite the same as Panty Hamster, but it's close.
Yeah, or Fat Powers like mine would be.
Well, from my understanding, I guess they only do originals. They refuse, it seems, I guess, to do covers. So we are forced. We use the money to try to record our originals. I mean, we don't, we ain't all wallering into cash where we can all just, throw money at recording whatever we want.
For sure. Yeah. And build that budget up. So with that, any plans on the studio soon that you're willing to talk about?
You want to talk a little bit?
We are done. We're wrapped up with 4 songs. We've been in the studio with Jimmy Folk.
That's
Nice.
right.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
Broken Snare, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Form
New
new ones.
Horizon. Yeah, the song New Horizon is still not done. He sends it to us, and we find something, that we want to
Change up.
fix up.
I'm sure
or whatever.
Jimmy loves that too.
Yeah, he loves it.
Well,
It's just that one song. All the other three are
Yeah.
spot perfect, But
well, I mean, some things are quite obvious, and then you got people like Brad that I'm just picking on you, bro. I love you, man. I love you. But man, he came back when we first got the rough mix, and he come back and he's like, I got this, and this, and this. And I was like, dude, really?
Yeah.
Man, if you don't pick on your bandmates, there's no point in living. Have you heard us talk about Jeff Cobble?
No point in living. That's extreme. Yeah, but yeah, Jeff Cobble. Do you guys know Jeff Cobble?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
he's a
love
cool
him.
guy. Cool
Yes.
guy.
We
I'm
love
always
Jeff.
giving him crap.
He's our punching bag for sure. You don't have to answer this because I'm always careful on how people want to roll stuff out and release stuff. But is this something that's going to be like released one at a time, or are you going to do an EP, or how's this going to work?
Well, we've discussed it a couple of different ways, but most likely it's going to end up one at a time. The other 4 songs that we have released, we'd actually like to remaster them and maybe, I don't know, put those all together and maybe another little bonus track or something down the line or something like that. I don't know. That's all a marketing thing and how you try to push your stuff. That's the way it is.
What kind of style would you say? What's the vibe of the new stuff?
It's very much along the same lines as most of our others. Like I said, the one song that we got that sounds hillbilly is because of me, and it's Good Times, Bad Decisions. But it's a rock and country song. But it is obviously, in my mind, it's obviously it's not. It doesn't go along with the rest of the stuff in my mind. But these do. They're right along the lines of the Southern rock groove that we got going on.
They don't all have to sound the same. You want them to be unique.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh, they all have their own identity for sure. But it's just kind of weird how you don't. I don't know if I guess some guys do get together and look for a particular style they're trying to emulate, but we didn't particularly really do that. We just got together trying to write original songs, and they started sounding good, and the way things got added, and it just came together to sound like it does. We didn't go for
Yeah, it's the input from 5 different people,
Right.
and it just becomes what it is. And everyone's going to compromise, right?
right. Yep.
There's some compromising. Any fist fights? Any big arguments?
No. Everybody but I think Zach, he's going to have to write a song because everybody else has written a song.
Yeah.
Whoa, calling him out.
Yeah, so.
Well, we're not going to have him on the show until
Yeah,
he writes
I
something.
mean, come on, man. I mean, what? You play guitar, you play the keys, you can sing, but you ain't writing any songs.
I know, right?
Nah, he has his own input. It's great.
Oh, he does, man. He can take whatever we give him and put his part in.
Yeah.
He has no problem writing his part. He says, and he said this to me personally, that he just doesn't seem like he's, I guess, the initial spark.
Yeah.
He just can't get the initial spark of a song. But once you give him an idea, he can roll with it then.
So how do you guys write when you get together? Do you already have some sort of an idea, or do the 5 of you just come into a room and say, okay, let's try this?
The songs that we've had so far, of course, a few of them, most of them Brad already had written before we actually got together.
Polished up a little bit.
He wrote the music and the lyrics and everything?
No, he had the music, the basic idea of it and everything and stuff. And I think he may have performed a couple of them with other bands before, possibly. But
Gotcha.
the ones that me and Brad wrote together, those were the only ones that I think we've actually put together that were actually all completely brand new, because a couple of them that we're doing that Brian had written is something he already wrote before, but we're kind of playing on that too. Honestly, since we came out and all this took off, I mean, we hadn't had a chance to sit down and try to write anything else lately.
Been busy. Yes,
I'll tell
playing
you
a lot.
about Monday Again was a song I kind of had in my mind, the concept of it, and we had a riff. Me and Brad had a riff. You know how drummers write riffs and stuff.
Right.
We don't know how to play
you
guitar.
voice the riff?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hearing this and chugga chugga chugga.
I'm hearing
Oh,
this.
Yes.
That's
That's it, yeah.
He was like, okay. Well, I had a riff similar to it, so we kind of combined it, and man, that song took off. And I went home and wrote some lyrics and sent it over to Brad. And he was like, well, I don't like this, and I don't like this part, so we'll switch it around a little bit. So
But it's okay.
he helped me structure it better.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Were his ideas?
Oh yeah,
You
there's
liked
very
his
useful.
ideas?
Yeah, I like.
I mean, we can always throw some more shade at Brad if
Yeah.
you want to.
But every band needs that guy.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
we were
You need the guy
struggling.
that's not afraid to be like,
Yeah.
love this, hate that, cut this, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were struggling
and
with
that
the-
guy also has to be willing to accept when the other guys go, well, we're going this way. Okay, fine.
Yeah, he's gonna let up too, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all about give and take.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you guys ever do like rock paper scissors on certain things?
Oh, no, we hadn't tried that one.
So all right, let's talk history of you guys as individuals. Taylor, drummer. When did you start playing?
6th grade. I was in the band at school.
Okay.
Senatobia High School.
What did you play in the band?
Drums.
Well, I mean, I figured that, but
well, I
like,
played snare drum.
Okay.
Okay.
6th and 7th.
I wish I had done that.
yeah, me too.
I'd be a way better drummer if I'd done that.
Me too, Jeff.
Yeah, it was 6th and 7th grade. I played snare, and then I got a little bit ADD going on, and I needed more drums to play. I played the
Baby's not busy.
tenors, which was the sextuplets, 6 drums. I
Okay.
believe that's right. Might have to look that up.
6.
Make sure. Yeah,
Wow.
6tuplets.
Yeah.
So
Did you name them all?
no,
But
went over to Northwest, and I played there too.
okay,
Got a
cool.
full ride scholarship.
Hell yes.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I don't know why I did heating and air, but I did.
Is that
right
what
there with you on
is that what you
Yeah, they had a
studied?
program over there.
So you're still doing heating and air?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because you wanted to pay your bills. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's right.
Absolutely. You're not gonna do it with music for more than likely.
What was the school? What was the music program like at Northwest?
Northwest was really good. They had 300 folks in the band, so it was huge band. I've never played in a big band like that ever.
So the Hernando band is a well-known high school band.
Oh, yeah.
Does the Senatobia band have 50,000 xylophones on the field as well?
No,
My God, exaggerating a tad.
Yeah.
But I think I counted 10 xylophones.
That's crazy.
They roll out there. Did you guys do that too? Well, what's
We
going
did
on with
have
the
a-
xylophones?
we did have a big xylophone
Front ensemble.
front ensemble. Yeah,
There you go,
yeah, that's
Jeff.
good.
My kids were in band.
Right, all
Yeah, we
right,
did have a
buddy.
good front ensemble. So
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Don't let me and Jeff's moronic vibe over here affect you guys in any
They're
way.
starting to rethink their life choices. Why the hell did we come on this podcast?
All right, Jason, how about you? How'd you get started?
Well, it was way back in 1900 and... Oh, my bad.
I wish you'd been recording that for a sound.
I'll isolate that.
So, no, honestly, I mean, well, I mean, that really is a long story. I mean, I was around music all my life. My dad was a really good guitar picker, and he played in the band. Me growing up, I remember going to all his shows and stuff and everything and all. And my brother was in a rock band too. So that's my dad's the country thing, and my brother's the rock thing that I picked up along the way. But I never really, given my dad's fathering, I really didn't have an interest in the guitar until a little bit later because he wasn't very a gentle fellow. He was, he was very demanding. I mean, the best he ever did when I actually started getting a little bit decent on guitar, he was like, "You might learn how to play that one day." I was like, "Thanks."
Finally, a compliment.
Kinda. But no, it was that's where it came from. Once I joined the Army, and I did find myself with more free time than I had before sitting in the barracks because there's a lot of sitting and waiting in the military.
So you had an acoustic with you,
Yeah.
just by your side and just plugging away.
Just started learning.
What
how
were
to
some
do
of
it.
those influences that you started going after?
Oh gosh, like I said, man. I mean, I got a lot of country and rock and roll influences, but of course, you got the old Southern rock, Skinner, CCR,
Cool.
Eagles, stuff like that. I've never been a really heavy rocker. I've never been really into heavy stuff.
What do you consider heavy? Because everybody's definition is different.
Somebody's heavy is like light for somebody else.
Do you like Slipknot?
See, they some of their stuff is okay, but some of it gets a little bit too much for me on their
Their
stuff
early
too.
stuff is out there for sure. With the later stuff, but anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt.
But yeah,
you.
I'm a more mellow type person. So Jerry Reed, as far as
Love
country
Jerry
stuff,
Reed,
I mean, awesome
Killer
guitar
picker,
man.
Yeah.
Man, and honestly, you know, I bet y'all have you ever even heard of Chet Atkins?
Of course. maybe a little.
That was my dad's style. He played like that. Always blew my mind the way he could thump that
picking.
low note down there and start doing all this other stuff.
Right.
Did you sing early on too?
I sang in church. Yeah. I've had a thing for singing for I guess all my life, I guess.
So was it kind of natural when you started playing guitar to be able to sing?
That did not come hard to me at all.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the things. Oh, that's another thing, you know, because my mind is so strange, and I don't mean that like in a bad way. But when I was a kid, my brother made me throw right-handed, and I'm left-handed.
Oh,
and so he like rewired my brain, and that case is still pending, by the way, bro.
yeah.
Anyway,
So is that why you play right-handed? You play guitar right-handed?
I play right-handed, and I mean, like I said, you know, throw baseball, football, anything, but.
Ringo Starr is the same way.
I'm the same way. I bat left-handed, golf right-handed. I eat left-handed. I write right-handed. I'm all over the place.
Well, see, but I don't. You might be naturally kind of ambidextrous like that, but I was rewired, so I don't know what all that did in my brain, but I've got a ridiculous memory.
Yeah, so Ringo Starr is a left-handed person, but plays drums right-handed, and it's a sort of a legendary thing because the way he, and you might find this interesting, Taylor. Mm-hmm. Typically, right-hand drummer, you lead for that first fill with your right hand. Mm-hmm. He leads with his left, and it makes his fills
impossible to replicate.
But him, it's part of his little sound. Right. A little fun fact there. But
so I want to go to you now, Taylor. I know I saw on Facebook a while back you were in a pretty bad car accident, and this has been what now? A year ago?
Just over a year ago.
Okay.
Yep.
And I saw photographs of this thing, man, and it looked to me like you were pretty lucky to still be here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, I made sure it was okay to bring this topic up before we went on the air. But tell us, do you even remember what happened?
Well, I was at my preacher's house doing some duct work for him, you know, after work. I decided to go home and drop off my work van and got in my personal vehicle. Probably a good thing. Yeah. But I loaded my stuff up, went and did the duct work, got done, put everything in the trunk, told my wife, hey, I'll be home 10 minutes or so. You know, it's down the road. Hour went by, and she was like, what the heck? I know he talks, but I know he don't talk that long, you know. So I remember pulling out, getting in my lane, and nothing until I woke up in the hospital. I was like, where am I at? What's going on?
So this happened right at your house?
No, it was like
right after leaving your preacher's house?
Yeah, it was about a mile and a half down the road.
What road are we on?
We're on Highway 51, and it was a subdivision in Carolina Grove in San Antonio. So I pulled out there. What happened, all the legal stuff's over, so I can talk about it, but the two teenagers were racing, being dumb.
Uh-oh.
They hopped the hill. The guy goes around the kid to pass and hit me head on at like 89 miles an hour. Crushed my front end and everything come toward me. So it snapped both of my femurs and my pelvis and broke this arm right here, both bones. Pretty bad.
Man, well,
now, do you have any discomfort from that when you play drums?
Not really. It's kind of therapeutic a little bit, you know.
That's awesome. How old are you, if I may ask?
I'm 30.
Okay.
I just turned 30.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable that you can play drums after something like that.
Man, it happened real quick, too, because I was doing my rehab and stuff, and the guys got, you know, shout out to Keith Lee, kind of helped us out, you know, doing some shows.
I mean, you must have been out of commission for a minute.
Yeah, I was out for...
Yeah, we had just got all these gigs booked and stuff. I was like,
yeah, that's when Steve came around, you know, he saw us, and it was like,
we asked him,
yeah, we
like,
want to get you out, you know, we're going to get you all
What do you want
these.
to do? You want us to cancel these, or is it okay with you if I get somebody to...
I was like, yeah, you can continue on, you know, until I get better. And then one day, I think it was coming up on 5 months, I healed pretty quick, you know. 5 months, I started walking again, and I was like, hey, I'm about to come back. And they're like, whoa. You know,
sure about that, cowboy?
You sure about that? And I was like, yeah, I'm coming back.
That's awesome, man.
So I came back, you know, I think the first show after that was Sidecar.
How did it go? How did you feel?
I'm pretty good, I think.
Well, you did like half that set, didn't you?
I think I did half the set.
Well,
Man.
that's amazing, dude. And you made a post on Facebook. I think it was on the anniversary of this accident happening, where you thanked all the people that helped you and the healthcare people and the emergency responders. And we probably don't say that type of thing enough. So to anyone that's watching or listening, if you're a part of that whole thing, thank you, because you save people's lives, and it's just that simple.
100%.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, did they have to pull you out? I mean, the jaws of life come out?
Yeah, they had, because Jeff seen the picture. I don't know if you saw the picture on Facebook, but
It was bad.
the way the door was all crumbled up, they had to cut it out, remove the door. I think what happened is they gave me a shot or something of whatever it was.
Probably a lot.
They were able to maneuver me out, and they put me in an ambulance because the wings took an hour to get there. So they had me in a ambulance, taking care of me
Until the
doing
helicopter got there.
The helicopter landed, and then we flew to the med. So,
And you don't remember any of this? Yeah, it's all done. Yeah,
It's probably a good thing.
right.
Oh, he was close. I think. What did they say your blood pressure was at one point?
50/30
Oh, Lord.
or something. I was not about to make it, really, because it was bad.
miracles. What it was.
Thank God.
Absolutely.
Thank God
Yeah.
you made it through that.
Absolutely.
Very
Right.
cool. That must have been a special night, though, when you came back to play.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was. We had a lot of folks come by.
All right, and I know you recently had a new baby.
So there we go.
You didn't.
Yep.
Your wife did. We want to make that clear. But tell us about that. How old is he or she now?
He is, let's see, 5 weeks old.
I was going to say I'm going to get him in real trouble
Yeah,
now.
5 weeks old.
And is this first, second, third? How many
This
kids?
is my second one. We got a 9-year-old. So
Is that a boy or girl?
it's a boy.
All right, what are
Yeah.
their names? 9-year-old?
Waylon is the 9-year-old,
Okay.
and Wilson is the 5-week-old.
Okay.
Wilson.
I thought he was going to say.
Dude, that's all I want to say every time.
yeah.
That's all.
I thought he was going to say Willie. So Waylon and Willie.
Well, that's what you
yeah.
should have done.
I
You
told
can
my
still
wife-
call him Willie.
Yeah, I told my wife. I said, "Can we name him Willie?" She's like, "No."
She
no.
overruled you.
She's like, "No."
And what's her
We
name?
name him Wilson though.
What's your wife's name?
Gabrielle
Gabrielle.
goes
Overruled.
by Gabby though. Gabby.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. She's mad though. She carried the baby for 9 months, and he comes out looking just like me.
Mustache and all.
Yeah. Funny thing you say that. She put on Facebook. Somebody said, "Man, that looks just like Taylor, minus the mustache." So Gabby gets on there, and she's good at like digital stuff. She took my mustache off my face and put it on the baby. It's
We're
somewhere on
gonna
Facebook.
need that picture for this
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's great.
How about you, Jason? What? How many kids you got? What's your family?
Three of them. They're all grown. I've got a lot of free time. Well, not a lot, but I got some.
Yeah. So they're all out and doing their thing.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I want to. You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to my middle daughter because she's done so well. She recently graduated from University of Memphis
Nice.
with her elementary music. So she's gonna be teaching the new Tate County. Tate County just brought the music program back to their elementary.
Oh, very
level.
nice.
Cool. So she'll be teaching out in East Tate County out there in Independence.
Very cool.
K through 6.
Good for her. Keeping the music alive.
And you're married?
I am.
What's your wife's name? We got a
she's-
shout out.
She's Amanda. Hey, honey.
What's up, Amanda?
Hey,
Most
honey.
days.
The way he said that was like. You guys are going to regret this, aren't you?
Probably.
I know you guys recently took some time off from playing because you hit it hard there for a while, and you took some time off, I'm sure, to get in the studio and to write some new material. But I just saw your calendar that you showed me, and it looks like it's time to really start kicking ass again.
Mm-hmm.
So people are going to be able to catch you anywhere and everywhere over the next few months.
Yeah, the thing is, we got with Steve, and he slammed his pack, which we're grateful for and all that. But I think we discussed after October, I think it's going to be our last show again,
End of September.
or end of September.
We might do one more the first part of October to say, hey, see you next year. But yeah,
And,
we're probably going to take off the rest of the year at that point.
And that's not a bad thing, man. We've said it about the podcast. You can't miss us if we don't go away.
Yeah, we're wrapping up November 20th and coming back sometime in February.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't set a date there yet either.
Right.
We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
We need
be
to break.
back
We need
March or so.
recharge. You know, and then you have time. Like for this, I can think of different things we can do, how to make the next season sound a little different, be a little different. You guys can start writing. You get a little rest.
Spend time with the new kid.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, and then come out with a bang.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And Steve's like, "Oh man, I want to keep these guys going."
Now,
he knows. He's in the loop.
Oh, and Steve, love him to death, but he will push you.
Yes.
He will get you out there.
He did.
You got to throttle him back. If you don't, he'll be booking you every 5 minutes.
But, so if you want to catch us, I mean, you got till the end of September here locally, and then we're going to take a little break, and then honestly, I've got this cooked up in my head to try the first part of next year to try to do a little bit of a little road trip somewhere around the southeast.
That's cool.
Hopefully, if all the logistics and everything work together.
How far out do you think you're going to try to go?
Well, I mean, I'm at least somewhere in Arkansas, Alabama, somewhere around in the 300 to 400 mile radius maybe or so.
I'm sure Steve would love to drive. You know that. You got it. You're the driver, Steve. Done deal.
While you guys are on the break that you're going to take later this year, any plans to write more new material, or you think you're just going to kind of step away from music for a few minutes?
No, hopefully so. Hopefully we do get an opportunity to sit down together and slow down and talk about ideas.
Right. Do you think by then you'll have that final song done with Jimmy, or are you still going to have notes?
Dang, Jimmy. I didn't say that, man. That was him.
Hey, yo.
We're good. Me and Jimmy are good. How did y'all feel about Horseshoe? Because now you're behind the stage. You're behind the bar on this little cabaret stage.
Yeah.
That's a different vibe in there.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It wasn't bad. I was glad to see that we were sounding good enough because I wasn't getting good monitor sound for some reason over there where I was at that show, but apparently we sounded good enough. People were walking by and stopping and sitting down and listening. So I was like, okay, it must sound okay out there.
Did you play at a comfortable volume that you felt was good for yourselves?
We didn't have any complaints, and like I said, it was just a little bit low. I couldn't really hear myself back on the stage really well, but.
Man, I played there back in 06. Man, they did not let you play.
Yeah.
God, you had to be so quiet, and it just sucks everything out of it. And here we are trying to play Dr. Feelgood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
I can't.
We saw the blue hairs. Their hair was just flying.
You can't really jazz up Dr. Feelgood.
To all the penny players out there, ladies and no,
I can't turn down my drums. Sorry.
And honestly, like I said, we're looking to expand. I mean, there's a lot of people and we got devoted followers that go wherever we go now, and we certainly appreciate you all. But we in order to expand, now the casinos are different because you've always got a different crowd coming through there. Those people are all just coming through anyways. But as far as the local bars here, we probably won't be playing them quite as much as what we have over the past
There's a
year.
balance, right? Because you can oversaturate yourself and oh, I just saw these guys last week, right? Type of thing.
It's like Brian said. I mean, I wouldn't. He's like Brian's like I wouldn't want to see. I wouldn't see Metallica every week. I don't want to see anybody every week.
Eventually, I'm going to take this weekend off.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, but okay. So the future looks like you're gonna take the rest of the summer hard, fall off, come back next year, maybe try to travel and branch out that way. Some writing, and then coming back strong next year. So definitely looking forward to that. When you guys come back strong and healthy, some new stuff. But what do you say, Jeff?
That's it.
Are we missing anything? Is there any special shout outs you all want to give anybody?
Everybody knows Steve and what he's doing for the Memphis music family. He's a great fella.
We love Steve and Katrina. Shout out to her as well.
Mm-hmm.
We actually highlighted them in a couple episodes ago in an intro because Steve is out there doing it, and the way he pushed you guys is pretty remarkable. Yeah, I know it seemed like you guys were overnight, but no one saw all the work. Right, but then everyone
But as soon as Steve saw the work, he made sure as many other people that he could was going to see the work. I was like, okay,
awesome.
Cool,
thanks for doing this, guys.
Thank you guys.
I hope you weren't too nervous and uncomfortable with Me and Jeff being idiots over here.
I'm very comfortable around idiots. I'm not.
You heard that, Brad and Ryan. You heard that. Well, all right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out, and hope you enjoyed this interview with Jason and Taylor. Go to the website, therhythmsectionpod.com. There you can find all of our channels, Instagram, Facebook, everything, all the archive. Don't forget our Sunday replay. Every Sunday we push out an old episode, so be sure to check that out. And our tip bucket. Links in the description. During the intro and the video presentation, you'll see QR codes up there.
Yep.
Or you can go to Venmo and Cash App and search the Rhythm Section Pod. We would love the support. It would help fuel this thing and make it a brighter show, by all means. So, all right.
Just like we always tell you, get out and see a band. Thank you guys for coming in. Catch 5 for the kill.
Yeah.
You're going to have plenty of chances to see them before fall. Then you're going to be shut out of luck until next year.
Yes, and then coming back strong, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
guys.
Take care, everybody.
See you.